In this module, we will talk about the drivers or antecedents of engagement. So, in this module, we will particularly talk about the individual level variables. And we will also that what are other types of or other levels of variables that can drive employee engagement or that can be seen as the drivers of employee engagement. So naturally, when we see that there are a lot of benefits of employee engagement for organizations, and a greater body of research also suggests that it is beneficial for employees' individual well-being, psychological well-being, and physical well-being, because engaged employees more likely to feel that they are contributing or their job is meaningful or their contribution is meaningful or they are developing something in their career and better prospects in their career or they see a better subjective career prospects in their life. So, if it is good for employees and if it is good for organizations, now naturally the question is what makes employee to get engaged or what are the drivers of employee engagement? And we term that antecedents of employee engagement. So, what makes employee engagement, antecedents and outcomes of employee engagement, the consequences of employee engagement? So in the previous modules, we have talked about a lot of consequences of employee engagement, and it looks like that they are very positive. And now the question is a natural interest by the organizations and a natural interest by the academics in searching for the answer to this question: what drives employee engagement? So a key concern for both academic and practitioners over the years and those antecedents or drivers of employee engagement can be categorized into four different types of characteristics or four different dimensions. So you can see that individual level variables or characteristics, job level variables, and employer level variables, and we say manager level or immediate supervisor level variables. So research has categorized them into four different dimensions or four different characteristics of the workplace. In this module, we will talk about some individual level variables. When we talk about the individual level variables, actually we are talking about the employee, him or herself. That every employee is composed of unique personality, and every employee has his or her own attitude towards the job or attitude towards things and how to do things and how to manage things in their life and as well as which may results in a different behaviors. So individual level characteristics will also result in employee engagement. So organizations they do whatsoever they do, and we need to recognize that people are individuals and they have different likings and dislikings, and something seen as a big to one person may seen as a very little to other person. For example, an increase in salary may be seen as a motivation and a good for one person, and may be seen to other person not important in his or her life. So this is the same thing, but two people are see it differently. Is the result of personal predispositions. When we talk about personal predispositions, actually we are talking about your innate characters of your personality, the mindset or the genetic mechanisms people have. So genetic mechanisms make the people different from each other, and their liking and disliking, and what how they see the job, and how they like to work, and how they cooperate at work, whether they engage or they don't want to engage. It is also their predisposition. Not everybody and not every employee would like to engage in organizational activities. You might have observed that a lot of people they just want to go to their job. They want to do what is required of them. They want to finish, and that just they come back to they come back to their home, or they want to go back to their home or their personal life, and this is how they see their life. And latest research has also examined that there is a higher level of disengagement in the United States, and a lot of surveys have revealed that life and the personal and family has become more important or a salient feature of life of people and employees. So they see that, okay, my personal life, my health, and my family is more important than my job, or the leisure time people spend in their job is more important, or the sports or the personal activities, they see it as a more important, as compared to the past research that suggested that in the United States, particularly in the Far East countries like Japan, people were considering that the most important thing in their life is a job. Now, a lot of surveys suggest that when people were asked, and they say that, oh, the most important thing in their life is their personal life or their family life, or if somebody is individual, then his or her likings and dislikings or interest in other parts of life. So this is how you see, and these are the individual level characteristics. That different individual level characteristics, that is the genetic mechanisms, family circumstances, or personal circumstances, or their attitude and behavior will influence whether that person is gonna engaged in the job, or want to stay away from that type of engagement we are talking about. Thank you.